Hello and welcome. Today, we focus on a story that could soon affect millions of Americans, the looming threat of a government shutdown. Lawmakers in Washington are locked in a bitter standoff over funding. If they fail to reach a deal, federal agencies could begin shutting their doors, federal employees may go unpaid, and essential services could be disrupted. But what exactly is a government shutdown? Why does it happen? And why does this year's crisis seem more serious than before? Let's dive in. A government shutdown occurs when Congress and the White House fail to agree on a budget or temporary funding bill. Without that funding, many federal operations cannot continue. Non-essential workers are furloughed, sent home without pay, while essential services, like the military, air traffic control, and border security, continue, often with delayed salaries. For the average American, this can mean delays in receiving passports, interruptions in national parks and museums, and slower processing of Social Security or immigration cases. In short, a shutdown is like hitting the pause button on much of the federal government. But unlike a paused movie, real lives are affected, from workers living paycheck to businesses depending on government contracts. So why are we facing this crisis again? The answer lies in deep political divisions. Hardline factions within Congress are demanding steep spending cuts, while others argue that slashing budgets could harm critical programs like healthcare, education, and defense. President Trump's administration insists that tough choices must be made, pointing to rising national debt and inflation. Meanwhile, Democrats warn that a shutdown would only damage the economy further and punish ordinary Americans. This year's debate is especially tense because lawmakers are not just arguing over money, they're fighting over the future direction of U.S. policy. From immigration enforcement to foreign aid, every dollar in the budget has become part of a larger ideological battle. If the shutdown happens, hundreds of thousands of federal employees could be furloughed. These include civilian workers at the Pentagon, scientists at NASA, and clerks at federal offices. Many of them live paycheck to paycheck, meaning even a short shutdown can be devastating. Programs that rely on federal funding, like food assistance for low-income families, could face disruptions. Small businesses that work with the government may also be left waiting for contracts and payments. And ordinary citizens, from travelers waiting for passports to veterans awaiting benefits, may suddenly find themselves stuck in bureaucratic limbo. Government shutdowns are not new. The U.S. has faced them before, most recently in 2018-2019, when the longest shutdown in history lasted 35 days. But analysts say this time feels more dangerous. Why? Because the divisions in Congress are sharper, the stakes in the global economy are higher, and America's political climate is more polarized than ever. Financial experts warn that even the threat of a shutdown shakes investor confidence. Credit agencies sometimes lower America's rating when political brinkmanship blocks governance. And with international crises already unfolding, from Ukraine to the Middle East, a paralyzed Washington sends a troubling message to allies and adversaries alike. So what happens next? Lawmakers have only days to strike a deal. If they succeed, the shutdown will be averted, at least for now. If they fail, millions of Americans could feel the impact almost immediately. The truth is, government shutdowns are more than just a political game. They reveal how deeply divided America is and how ordinary people pay the price when leaders cannot agree. As this drama unfolds in Washington, the world is watching. Stay tuned, because the outcome of this standoff could shape not only the American economy, but also the credibility of U.S. democracy itself.